What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Show podcast. This is, of course, an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. I, of course, am your host, Jim Minton Dickie Wabash, and I am joined, as always, by the scruffy-looking, one-legged wonder, Michael Madrox. Brother needs a haircut.
Brother does need a haircut, man.
I'm in the same boat as you.
You just cover yours with a hat.
Well, there's this one hat that I have specifically, and it is my haircut indicator. That's how I he just threw on a hat. That's not fixing it. There's this one hat that I have specifically that is my haircut indicator. And when it gets too tight on my head, that's how I know I need a haircut.
Time for the cut.
Oh, it's absolutely time for the cut. And the thing is, like, my hair isn't really that long. The problem is the hat was just kind of a smaller hat when I bought it. And like even adjusting the clip in the back, it's still way too tight. I'm also noticing something, and this is riveting conversation because you just put the hat on backwards. You have three things clipped on.
I have a big head, sir,
of your hat. I also am that size. So I have, for those of you that are seeing the video of this, I also do three clipped on my hat. So look at us.
Brothers from another man.
I mean, the way I look at it, that's more legit than blood brothers. You know, we got the same hat sizes.
We got the same snapback size.
I never really thought that I had a big head until like I really became, and now I can't adjust my headphones to sit right. I never really thought that I was one of these quote unquote big head guys because typically the hats that I wear, they're not snapbacks. They have the buckle
tie strap
on the back. Tie strap. And I wear dad hats a lot of the time. So it's like those deconstructed hats that you can just throw in your pocket and go about your day.
And those things stretch more than any other hat.
It's not even that they stretch. They do stretch, but they're also just loose as hell. Like if I get a good gust of wind, my hat is just going off.
Go on.
Where they're just not tight. I don't like a tight hat on my head.
I don't either. The old stretch fits from Hot Topic were my shit, but I can't find those anymore. The old band hats. You remember me in high school?
I remember you. I remember you very, very well in high school. I had what's your fitted hat size?
I have no idea.
Okay, because mine is 7 5/8.
That sounds like the last time I bought a hat, it was like 7 5/8 or 7 3/8.
Yeah. I don't know if they made a 3/8. I'm sure they did, but did you? I'm sure they had to. Did you have the 5150s with the sticker still on the bill? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
The sticker
had to, man.
Oh, you had to.
Especially the New York. You had to rock that Fred Durst, baby.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I had a bunch of DC hats. Like, I remember, I don't even know where it's at. I still have it somewhere. My first fitted hat that I ever bought. So welcome to the Hat Show podcast where we discuss our various habits with wearing hats. I really wasn't much of a hat person. And then I randomly went through a phase in high school where I was wearing flat bill hats backwards.
Everyone did that.
Everyone did that. And then I went off of it for a year, or for years rather. And then around the time I got into the business, I started wearing flat bill hats and like wearing them forward, like strictly flat bill. Like I wouldn't bend them. It was just like the flat bill.
Mm-hmm.
I would wear them kind of up on my head a little bit, kind of like that punk rock look, where they kind of bend the bill up. I didn't do that. And then
around that time, I was also rocking the flat bill hats before shows because I had the mohawk and I hated spiking it up before a show. But difference between me and you is I was normally drunk, so my hat would end up in sideways positions like this over here, and I just didn't give a shit.
Now hold on, dude. I never did sideways or backwards at that point. I would just do straightforward hat. And then around 2016 or 17, is when I discovered the dad hat, and it has been off to the races since.
The big addiction. Speaking of hats,
Yeah,
I know you collect cards. Have you seen the
I
new?
do. I collect cards. I didn't know I collected cards.
Have you seen the new collabo Tops has with lids?
No.
It's 3 different hats. You don't know the teams or anything, but they're all one-on-ones.
How's that? Wait a minute. How's that work?
They're like all different color schemes and styles and stuff.
So it's just they just send you a random team basically. So there's a very limited stock then.
No, you get 3 different teams per box, and then you also get a pack of cards.
Is what sport?
I think you can choose.
I'm assuming baseball because that's what Tops is like really big.
Yeah,
into,
I think you can choose between either NFL, baseball, or NBA, if I'm not mistaken.
I would. Ooh, I don't know if I would go NFL or NBA. I'd probably go NFL. I may need to look into that. That sounds like something interesting.
I just watched the Dominic box one.
Oh, and I'm sure that they're fucking ungodly expensive.
I have no idea. I didn't check the price yet.
So, do you remember the phone call I gave you not too long ago about the Cactus Jack booster or hobby boxes?
You bought one, didn't you?
No, I didn't. So the story is I was like, hey man, Tops is getting ready to drop the Cactus Jack hobby boxes. In case I don't get one, could you nab one for me? Don't know how much they're going to cost. Come to find out, they're $400. So I was like, no, I'm not that bad off. I'm not that bad off with collecting. But contrary to popular belief, were you going to say something?
I was going to say the single packs will show up on eBay cheaper.
Probably. Contrary to popular belief, I do have some self-control. It's
getting better.
It is. It's getting better. Do you remember how bad I was when I was collecting toys?
Yes.
I was just grabbing them and throwing them in the cart. But I also had enough self-control that I was like, I was going within my means. But $400 for
you never got bad enough where you had to sell your fridge. That's all that matters, man.
No.
That's all that matters.
Now hold on, dude. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, this is, of course, the Spot Show podcast. Each and every week, Michael Madrox and I get together and we talk about the wacky world of independent professional wrestling and everything in between. This week, the everything in between just so happens to be our love of hats, which here's what's funny. I'm wearing my Weezer hat right now, which is my favorite hat. It's my favorite hat that I own. It's not even a dad hat, man. It's one of those, like, it's constructed in the front. It's your typical baseball cap is what I would consider. And it's not really flat bill because it is bent a little bit. But I got this hat when I saw Weezer a couple years ago. And it's my favorite hat. I wear it more often than not. You're gonna see me rocking this hat more often.
I'm rocking my favorite hat as well currently.
Yeah, look at us. Now, see, that's just a straight up flat bill.
Yeah,
that's what that is. So it's constructed again. Hat Talk podcast, brother. Flat bills, you can tell that they are meant to just straight up be flat bills. If you bend it, you fuck the hat up.
You ruin it.
You ruin it.
I'm trying to get that through Logan's head.
Oh, good luck getting anything through that boy's head. Why does he have one that he's bending?
He used to all the time. Like, he'd get the like horror themed hats and just start bending them. Like, brother, those are supposed to be flat bills.
They're made specifically. I'm gonna get that kid wearing dad hats at some point.
He already is. Dad hats and trucker hats, man.
I'm not a trucker hat guy.
You know where his new favorite store is?
Shoot. What is it?
The Buckle.
Oh, don't let him become one of those guys.
He's becoming one, man.
He's already got the perm mullet. We need to sit down and have a talk with this kid.
He's out of control. I blame Matt Maverick.
If you like what we're doing here, you can, of course, go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios. Back us at the $5 and above tier, and you're going to get this show and all of our content early and ad-free, as well as some exclusive content. That is one of the best ways that you can support us. It keeps the microphones on and the envelopes full. Patreon.com/MadBash Studios, of course, $5 and $10 tier available. with exclusives per tier. Find out more about them in the plug skis and upcoming dates section. If you don't have the extra ducats to toss our way, I understand it completely. There's still many free ways that you can support us. Again, free membership over on Patreon. Get a little bit of a preview ski of what's going on over there. And if you like it and you have the extra money, boom, you can help us out that way. Or you can go to MadBashStudios.com. There you're going to find links to all of our social media platforms. You can go to our Facebook, like us, Instagram, follow us, all of that. Of course, go to your favorite podcasting platform. Leave us a 5-star written review. Plug skis and upcoming dates for you. This Saturday, August 16th, we are going to be in Odin, Indiana for Elite Pro Wrestling. You can find us in the commentary booth. That is where
call, baby.
We are going to be. EPW presents Curtain Call, and that's pretty much all we got going on this month. Available right now over on our YouTube account is MadBash Wrestling Uncut, Jason Levi versus Spencer Wallace, also episode 3 of MadBash Wrestling Redline. For those of you on the $10 tier on the Patreon, Big Stupid Popcorn episode 2 is up, where we watched The Marine starring John Cena. And of course, this episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling and Venom Energy. Let's talk about the wonderful, wonderful year that was 1996.
Great year.
Great year. As you well know, you the listener at home, and if you don't know, then I hate to be the one to break it to you that this has happened. And if you don't know, what the fuck are you doing listening to a wrestling podcast? You know at this point. Hulk Hogan has passed away. So what we wanted to do here at the Spot Show podcast, we wanted to go back and we wanted to look at a time period in wrestling that Hulk Hogan was so instrumental in. Ironically, no mention of Hulk Hogan, no sighting of Hulk Hogan. Spoiler alert, of course, for this episode. We went back and we watched the July 1st episode of WCW Monday Night Nitro, not live from Cheyenne, Wyoming tonight. It was live from Maryland, somewhere in Maryland. Landover, Maryland is where they were. You're probably asking yourself, Dickie, why this episode specifically? Well, this was the episode of WCW Monday Night Nitro that took place right before Bash at the Beach 1996, which, as we know, that was the night that the NWO was formed. That was the night that Hulk Hogan betrayed WCW.
Forever
changing the course of professional wrestling. Coming out there, dropping the leg on the Macho Man, joining the Outsiders, Hall and Nash. So this was a really turbulent time in WCW. You know, they were getting ready to, in my opinion, kick off the Attitude Era. So
the reality era.
No, because I wouldn't consider it the reality era, because there was still kayfabe, but they did blur lines. They absolutely blurred lines. The reality era was that weird era, like in 2014. They tried to like roll with that, and it was like, no, that's not good.
Where they try to bring kayfabe back and make everything all work.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of that, before we get into it, I got a question for you, Michael Madrox.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Talking about things being works. Talking about, is it real? Is it a work? Brother, you got Karrion Kross on your PLE team.
I do.
You have until the end of next week's podcast to decide what you want to do.
And I'm going to be honest with you. There's someone else. Is it real or is it work, or is there a baby coming?
I also have not. My time frame is going to be a little bit different because we don't have anything. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yours is pretty. You have a time frame because we know what's going on. Naomi, we do not know what's going on.
Yes.
There's not been anything definitively saying that she's going to be out for X amount of time. We don't deal with speculation with the PLE draft. This is more concrete. Karrion Kross is more concrete. He's gone, we think. So it's one of those, if you want to gamble and keep him on your team.
I'm going to go with the safe route right now and officially drop Karrion Kross and pick up JC.
Who?
JC Nato.
JC Mateo?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So you heard it here first. Michael Madrox is dropping Karrion Kross and picking up JC Mateo. Wow. You have
the Samoans. Yes, I know.
Basically all of them. Well, I'm dropping Naomi and picking up Tala Tonga. It's a joke. It was a joke.
You would have shit yourself if I would have done that.
Or no, wait a minute. You have Naomi. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah.
You have Naomi. I fucked that whole thing up. I fucked that whole
Way
thing
to fuck
up.
the bit, brother.
So what do you want to do with Naomi? Like, do you want to go with what I'm saying of where it's still speculation?
It's still speculation at this point. Until they officially say it's an injury or a pregnancy, I'm going to keep her.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
Because better safe than sorry. I don't want to drop her and then be like, oh, she just had a broken nail last week. You know what I mean?
I got looking at our teams and I was like, why is Naomi not on my team? Oh, that's right, because I don't have Naomi. Because you dropped Gunther for Naomi.
Yeah, my sword ball on you.
If this is you guys, if any of you, this is your first time listening to Spot Show, what we do, we've drafted teams and we compete at PLEs and get points. There's injury clauses that can take place. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I fucked that whole thing up because I was operating. I was like, I have Naomi. And I was like, no, I don't. What the fuck?
You wanted Naomi.
I wanted Naomi. Yes. It's been a long week.
Very long.
So, all right, man. Let's talk about WCW Nitro from January 1st, 1996. Before we get into the actual show and with no like clear-cut spoilers, give me some general thoughts on this show.
Can I bring up one of my big issues with the show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thousands of people in attendance, right? Sell out.
Yeah.
Not a single fucking sign.
I did notice a major lack of signs. And
There's
that's odd.
none.
That's odd for this era.
Exactly, man. Like,
yeah.
That was like offsetting to me. I'm like, do they confiscate everyone's signs before the show? Like,
but you got to wonder, like, I don't think signs really majorly picked up until probably 97, 98.
Oh, dude, the 80s were full of signs too.
Not as much as they were in the late 90s, though. I mean, I do agree with you on that one.
It made me wonder, though, like, hear me out my conspiracy theory.
Oh, I'm here.
Internet wasn't a thing back then, but, like, were they trying to keep, like, the third man? Like, any speculations or shit hidden from the TV cameras?
I could see that. Like I get like signs of like Yokozuna is the third man because that was one of the rumors back in the day. I agree. Yeah, so I'm just going to give general vague thoughts as well. This was a good show. Like I didn't expect it to be to enjoy this show as much as I did. I'm gonna
cut you off right there. It was not good, but it didn't seemed like it took 6 hours to make it through, which was a very big plus.
You and I are going to disagree on. I think this was actually a good episode of Nitro. I think like you can, I think it's just because lately I've been in an old school wrestling era, and to call the 90s old school wrestling,
it's crazy. The 1900s, man, get that out of there.
I was 5 years old when this episode aired.
I was 6.
Yeah, man. So what do you say we get into it now? Let's break it down here.
I hate to cut you off again.
Oh, yeah.
But we got to discuss this too. That old school Nitro intro.
Oh, that was my first note, man.
It needs to be covered by MadBash Wrestling. Imagine the buildings of Terre Haute, Odin, Danville, Jared Savage face on the courthouse. Dalton Davis at Polly's.
Well, Danville is so bombed out anyway, we would have a hard time finding a good building to get anything
That's where the
on.
explosions happen, man.
Here's what's cool.
Crumbled buildings.
Here's what I like about this intro. And I wrote down in my notes, this Nitro opening will never not be incredible. I love that it's practical effects as well. Like, it's a practical effect intro, and it brings me back to the Raw is War intro where they're fighting in the ring with the chain rope
and the warehouse.
And the warehouse, and Austin's doing that bad motherfucker walk, and there's like, we need to bring back practical effect videos. Like, they did it a little bit, and they still do it a little bit. Like, what was the WrestleMania? You'll know the one I'm talking about, where they were in front of like that hall with those pillars, and they were like doing all their poses and shit, or like even like the TNA intro with the falling rain.
Was that 21?
No, it was after 21. It was sometime in like 08 or 09 probably, because they used those for a while. But like, do you remember like the TNA one with the falling rain, or the SmackDown one? Hey, yo, what's my Tom, my rhyme? And it was like,
that's our next project, brother.
A practical
you just talk yourself
intro.
into it. Yes.
Well, I've been thinking on it. I've been thinking on it for quite a while. Yeah. So as we cut into the arena, Tony Schiavone has to restart his intro 3 times. You are looking live at Landover.
Their counts were off for this show, brother.
Oh, counts were way off, especially on that part. We cut to Larry Zbyszko, Larry the Legend, and Tony Schiavone at the announcer's desk. Tony Schiavone is hyping up as the countdown to Bash to Beach has begun, and that is, of course, the reason that we are watching this. DDP comes out and tries to interrupt them, but Zbyszko is in the middle trying to get his shit in and just keeps talking over DDP. And you can tell that what probably happened is Zbyszko had this whole thing about how the world is a small place. And he's like, God damn it, I'm getting that fucking line in.
I'm getting my shit.
I'm getting my shit in.
Can I just throw it out there, though?
Yeah.
DDP in this Joker collarway, I want to figure like that, man. I'm tired of the black tights, the blue tights. That DDP goes hard.
This is my DDP.
Yeah.
This is my DDP. This is the one that I fell in love with. DDP is pissed because he can't find his Lord of the Rings ring, and he wants the entire building on lockdown until they find it. He basically storms off. He's just kind of looking around,
asking fans if they got it.
Oh, it was great. And it's a through line of the entire episode of where DDP is trying to find this ring.
Which they no longer do anymore either.
I know. And the payoff of it fell a little flat, in my opinion, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah.
We then go to a recap of last week.
The famous baseball bat incident, brother.
Oh, yeah. The Outsiders cause a big distraction, and because of it, Harlem Heat win the tag titles. Tony Schiavone says that this week the Outsiders are banned from the building, so they will, in fact, not be there tonight. Wink, wink. We now go to match number 1, and we are starting off fucking hot right now. It is a tag title match, the Steiners versus Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat had a special entrance, though, man.
Booker T coming to the ring, talking on that phone. And it's funny because it's one of those old school cell phone flip phones.
Yeah.
But not what you're thinking. Like, it's
just
one
the
of
part
those
that protected the microphone, basically.
And you pop it down. It's a 90s cell phone.
The
it's
Heyman.
A 90s cell phone. It's the Heyman. And that's the type of cell phone that, like, I don't remember many people. That was you need to have some fucking money to have a cell phone back in the day. Like, now they're just like, oh, we got it right here. You know, it's a piece of metal and plastic and glass that if
everyone has one,
shatters. It's nothing. So it was like, to see them hype it up of like, oh, he's coming with a cell phone. And it's like, dude, if that was today, we would just think, hey, cool, he's coming with a cell phone. Scott and
Someone
Booker
forgot their gimmick in the back.
Scott and Booker start off simple international stuff.
Whoa, bro. It's not just Scott and Booker starting off. This is Scotty with the mullet.
Yeah.
And the Breathe Right Strip Booker T. The most iconic tag teams of this time frame.
This, again, I just said this. That was my DDP. This is my Steiners. This is my Harlem Heat.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, I always thought those Breathe Right strips were so cool when I was a kid.
Did you?
I did. I always wanted some because they'd always come out the different collars.
I was going to ask, did you take
Band-Aids and cut them down?
And put them on your Galoob Harlem Heat figures?
Yes.
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
They needed them.
They did, or else it wasn't canon. Yeah, simple international spot to start it off. Booker eats a boot from Steiner in the corner, and Steiner hits a hell of a belly to belly. Booker gets shit canned to the outs and kind of devolved from there. And then the Steiners do the Steiner talk where Rick goes between Scotty's legs and all that. Harlem, they take their powder to the outside. This is weird because throughout the entire show, I made note of this. This is a big note. This is the only time that they go to break in the middle of a match.
Really?
It's the only time that I noticed. I just noticed weird shit like that. Back from break, Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen are just chilling ringside with a table of food, and I fucking love it. I fucking love it. We're talking about
the Horseman VIP area.
The Horseman VIP area, brother. This is the reformation of the Four Horsemen. This is, of course, Flair, pre-Malenko. This is Flair, Benoit, Mongo, and Arn. They are, of course, managed by woman.
Deborah and Elizabeth.
Elizabeth and Deborah. I couldn't remember Deborah for some reason. I don't know why. And this is, like I said, this is when the Four Horsemen they've been gone for a while, so they were.
This is my Four Horsemen, by the way.
This is we just get it out of the way.
Yes.
This is our era. This is the shit that we love, and this is the shit that we remember. Get used to it over the next hour or whatever we're going to be taking to review this. Maybe more. You never know. Hint, hint. Like I said, we're back from break. Stevie Ray is now on top with Rick, but Rick ducks out of the corner and hits a beautiful fucking German suplex. And I popped bigger than shit because Stevie Ray is fucking massive.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. And Rick just fucking
tossed him like a cruiserweight.
Tossed him like nothing. At that point, Larry Zbyszko, legend, says that the Steiners are masters of suplexes. They spend all day suplexing each other. So then I just imagine like a young Scotty and Rick like in the backyard just suplexing each other all day.
I got you. I got you.
Like I just like throughout the day, like they're living in an apartment together, and like let's say Scotty's doing dishes, Rick just comes up and fucking snapdragons him or something.
I have an issue with this match up to this point, okay?
Please.
Because this sets the tone for the rest of the show, right? They should have named this Monday Night Scoop Slam.
Were a lot of scoop slams.
There was hundreds of scoop slams. And the only issue I had with this match, man, is everyone no-sold everyone's shit.
There was a lot. Yeah, I mean, but you had to look at it, though. It's hard.
It was like watching the Road Warriors versus the Road Warriors.
It was. But, I mean, you also got to factor in, like, it's Harlem Heat and it's the Steiners. I think they can get away with that. But
I gave them the bypass on it. I was just like, come on, guys.
This match is like, if you want to know what the Steiners are about, if you want to know what Harlem Heat is about, people are probably going to talk about with the Steiners of like, go back and watch their WWF stuff. Yeah, good shit.
Yeah.
But let's also talk about their WCW run. Rick Steiner with the two different color boots, Scotty pre-Papa Pump. And notice that's another thing too. I keep calling him Scotty. There is a major difference between Scott Steiner and Scotty Steiner.
Yep.
This is Scotty Steiner, and this is my Scotty Steiner. I said it again. Take a drink every time that we say this is my whatever.
Did you catch the most awkward move of this whole match, though?
What do you classify?
Booker T doing the snooker splash off the top rope, just awkward as shit looking for Booker to be doing that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was a weird one. That was towards the end, wasn't it? Because I think that I got that in my notes. Yeah. So Colonel Parker is now ringside for some reason. Commentary's trying to figure out why.
Digging through his wallet.
Yeah, allegedly he was the one that was on the other end of the phone. Booker hits Rick with a Harlem sidekick and then comes off the top with a cross body, which looked beautiful. After the pin attempt, Booker goes back up and he's up there, and then Rick runs and jumps and hits a beautiful avalanche German suplex. They hit the double down from a clothesline. Rick gets the hot tag. Scotty comes in, hits a standing Frankensteiner, but he's not the legal man. They go to do the double team. Colonel Parker hits Rick with his cane, falls off. Harlem Heat get the win. Schmaz finish from what was otherwise an incredible match. Really solid tag work from both of these guys. What else do you got on this match?
My big takeaway from it, man, they couldn't do this match in this era. The rich Southern white guy comes out and buys Harlem Heat. You could tell WCW was very Southern in their roots.
Oh, absolutely. That's so Southern. And like, plus, wasn't this, they just came off of being with Sister Sherry, right? And wasn't there a thing where like Colonel Parker and Sister Sherry were like feuding over Harlem Heat or something?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
If I remember correctly.
We may need to go back and look into that. Yeah. So after the match, where's my notes here?
We get the Horseman interview, brother.
Yeah, Mean Gene is with the Horseman. He asked the Horseman about the attack last week where they attacked Joe Gomez and the Renegade. They also attacked the Rock and Roll Express. Deborah is asked about the attacks, and then she just starts putting Mongo over. And she's
Deborah at this point in her career should have never been handed a live mic.
But specifically, she's not necessarily putting Mongo over. She's putting over how much money he made in the NFL. That's all she's talking about here. Mean Gene then goes to Elizabeth, and she seems to be having fun. Or he says she seems to be having fun at the expense of others. And she it's like, don't worry, just don't worry about where any they keep talking about this money, and she's like, don't worry where the money comes from. Woman then asks Mean Gene if he wants to be their private driver in one of the weirdest things ever. Gene is basically interviewing every single one of the Horsemen right now. Like he's going one by one, and which is really cool. You don't see, this is another thing that I was going to get to this later, but like, you don't see these interview segments as much as you did back in the day. I would like to even see this shit on the indies again.
Like, if you want WWE's trying to bring it back with those interviews from the crowd randomly in the shows, but like, it's not the same, man.
No, it's not the same at all. It's not the same at all. Mean Gene asks Arn about the match tonight. Arn says that
he's got a Glock.
Yeah, he does pull out the Glock. He says, "No, Mean Gene, what you see sitting here before you is not the Supreme Court, but we do run the professionally wrestling world." I did not misspeak. Arn Anderson said the professionally wrestling world. Mean Gene really is taking the opportunity here to talk to all of them. He moves on to Flair, and he says, Macho Man is in the building, and he's being restrained before his match tonight. And Flair says, "Macho, what you gonna do, brother? Because in the words of Double A, what's causing all this?" And then Flair just turns into Flair and starts fucking wooing
out.
Backstage, Hulk Hogan is pissed because Flair said, "What you gonna do, brother?"
Exactly. Oh, was that a hint?
Oh, absolutely. It could have been.
You want to know something weird about this segment?
Yeah.
There's 8 people in this one segment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 of those are alive today.
Wow.
No, 3. 3 are alive today.
3. Yeah,
3 out of 8, though, man.
Deborah, Flair, and Arn. Yeah. Fuck. I never even thought of that.
I was watching that. I was like, that's kind of creepy.
That is creepy. We now go on to our next matchup, Disco Inferno versus Kurosawa.
You're skipping a big thing, man, and I have to cut you down right here.
I did skip it. Sorry, it's in my notes. We get a vignette for Cold as Ice.
Yes, sir.
I sincerely apologize for skipping that one because
that's all caps in my notes, man. That's the highlight of the show so far to me.
How much hype was there around Glacier and Cold as Ice?
You'll find out throughout this episode, man.
Oh, man. I'm talking for you specifically.
Oh, dude, I loved it. I was like, Mortal Kombat's coming to life.
And, dude, it is... they've openly admitted now that, yeah, it was a ripoff of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, absolutely.
But, like, even then, they still do the letters, phew, 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 fing, and, like, turning, and then there they all are. Yeah, man, it was hype. It was hype, and that's not the only time we'll see it. Like I said, Disco Inferno versus Kurosawa.
Disco coming out with a 3-count gold record before they even had it.
And I also want to point out, Disco's walkout music is a fucking core memory for me. Disco Fever! Disco Fever! Disco gets on the mic and says that he knows what everyone wants. They want to see him dance. And Tony Schiavone, as deadpan as possible, goes, no, we want wrestling. He's not wrong. Kurosawa and Disco start off with some chaining. Kurosawa gets the upper hand with a sidekick.
You say Kurosawa.
Yeah.
I say Mike Japan Awesome. Kurosawa, tell me this is not Japanese Mike Awesome.
He does look like Japanese Mike Awesome. That thought never even crossed my mind, brother. He gets up, he hits an arm wringer, then hits a little sidekick, which I would like to see someone do more of. They are talking about, and I don't know what the context of this is, but I meant to rewind back, but I didn't. They mentioned Dean Malenko. And I was like, oh, fuck. Are we getting Kurosawa versus Dean Malenko? Because fucking A. No, it's Malenko versus Disco Inferno. Fuck.
Fucking A.
In the middle of the match, Disco's music starts playing, and some guy comes down the ramp dressed as Elvis, and Legend says, maybe he's the third man. Who was it?
Fat Elvis.
Fat Elvis, yeah. The best part about it, though, is that, like I said, Larry Legend goes, maybe he's the third man.
As this is going on, though, a giant disco ball repels from the ceiling. Disco takes the disco ball and lightly, gingerly taps Mike Awesome in the back with it.
Hits Kurosawa in the back with it.
Which takes a few seconds to register. The most awkward sell and flop like a fish I've ever seen.
Yeah. Dude, why Disco Inferno?
Because that's Glenn Gilberti, man.
Like, why? Like, why did they fucking insist so much on getting him over?
What do you want to bitch off, boys?
I think my understanding is that he was tied it was all of who he knew and like who he was buddies with is why he was kept around for so long. But like, I mean, good character work. I mean, that's really all he was a gimmick. But, you know, outside of that, it's like, bruh, you're not good. And then like later on Twitter, like he just became a major issue. We of course go to break. We come back and we got Scotty Riggs coming to the ring for his match with DDP.
American
males. That's what's funny about that too, is that Scotty's coming out to the American Males theme. I don't think the American Males were still around at this point.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, were they? Okay.
They were showing highlights of him and Buff in matching gear.
Oh,
the same gear he wrestled Paige in.
Yeah. DDP is coming to the ring and he is still looking for his ring. And it's just, this is brilliant from Diamond Dallas Page. He's literally like shaking down everyone. Like there's literally a stagehand there moving cable wire and he's just like patting him down. He's patting a security guard down. He's patting like it's so
he got the
good.
bid over, man.
He did. He really
worked on it throughout the whole show.
Tony Schiavone says, knowing him, he pawned it off. We then, in the back, we see a promo from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And he says, "Don't worry about Hacksaw stealing your ring. I don't wear rings. I don't wear necklaces. All I need is wrist tape."
This was like the most homophobic undertowed Hacksaw Jim Duggan promo ever.
"I'm not wearing necklaces, brother." DDP gets the upper hand early on Scotty Riggs. He has Riggs in the corner. Just before he shoots him out, he goes, "My man," and then sends him hard back into the buckle. Did you catch that too?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so fucking funny. He just fucking grabs him. "My man," shoots him off, keeps the arm. Brett bumps him hard into the buckle, which was a really good spot. I actually really liked it.
I popped for the abdominal stretch spot. Because you don't see that. That's a fucking lost move in professional wrestling today.
I'm there right now. DDP sends Riggs into the ropes and grabs him in an abdominal stretch. And he just keeps doing the grab the top rope and meanwhile, which is a through line of all of WCW. We talked about this the last time we reviewed WCW. Their commentary was so bad at not talking about what was going on in the ring. They were more talking about the big picture stuff. Like they're talking about the 6-man tag at Bash at the Beach. And it's like,
hour two.
And hour two's coming up.
Drove me nuts this whole show.
Yeah. I got notes about that coming up. Yeah, so DDP just keeps working Riggs over. He hits a pump handle backbreaker.
Which looks phenomenal.
Oh, it did. Riggs is trying to fight back. DDP goes for another pump handle. Riggs counters, fires up, drop kicks DDP out of the ring. He goes for a springboard cross body. Riggs goes for the pin, but DDP gets the foot on the ropes. Riggs breaks the pin, goes for a body slam, but DDP counters into a diamond cutter. My God, that entire sequence.
What I loved about that spot, Paige screaming at the ref, "My foot's on the ropes, jabroni."
Yep. And they even point that out on commentary. Tony Schiavone goes,
shit like that makes me invested.
Yes, dude. It was so good. This was a solid fucking match, man. One of my big takeaways from this is that they did that old Nitro thing of where they are doing the slow-mo recap of moves taking place, which someone please bring back. Dude, it's almost as if we run a wrestling company.
Exactly.
And we could do it.
Who knows?
I got some ideas. On the ramp, Mean Gene is talking to DDP. DDP says it's pretty obvious how jealous people in WCW are of Diamond Dallas Page. They start to talk about his match coming up at Great American Bash, but he's more concerned about where his ring is. He starts to frisk Mean Gene, and Mean Gene does the Mean Gene thing. I've got an attorney, which is always the go-to Mean Gene thing. Don't you touch me, I've got an attorney.
At this point, though, like hearing Jim Duggan versus Dallas Page and I tape this match, I'm instantly like, oh, fuck, now we got to review Bash at the Beach just for this match solely.
So, right, we're about to go to ads here, but let's drop the news. Coming up soon, we're doing a review of Bash at the Beach 96 because I feel like we have to after watching this episode. It got me hyped. It got me fucking hyped for Bash at the Beach 96. And I'm like, fucking A, dude, let's do it. Of course, we've got episode 100 coming up. So that'll be dope. And we may or may not, when we do this review, we may or may not be talking to someone about possibly being a guest because this person is also really into some old school wrestling lately and they want to come on and talk about it. So you can maybe figure that one out. Not dropping any hints past that, but yeah, we have got a big return to WCW, and you're going to figure out who it is after we hear a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling. We all love live entertainment, right? We all love live wrestling, right? Well, what if I told you that there is a place that combines the entertainment and the wrestling live that we all love? Look no further than Elite Pro Wrestling. Whether it's in person in Odin, Indiana, or Washington, Indiana, or if you check them out on YouTube, Elite Pro Wrestling guarantees a quality show that allows them to live up to the name Elite. If you're feeling generous, go ahead and check them out on Patreon as well. If you back them, you're going to get early access to all of their shows before they hit YouTube. Again, check out EliteProfessionalWrestling.com. This episode is brought to you by Venom Energy. Hey, we've all been there, and there's nothing wrong with admitting to it. Well, what I mean is that we've all hit that midday slump, and we all need a little push to get us through the rest of the day. Well, what better option to give you a pick-me-up than one of the wonderful flavors of Venom Energy? Venom is what gets MadBash through those long show days, and we know that it can do the same for you. I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit for you, too. Yeah, come to our merch table when you see us at a show, and with the purchase of a MadBash Wrestling sticker or magnet, you get a Venom Energy drink on us. While supplies last, of course, so you better act quick. We'd like to thank Venom again for sponsoring this episode. Please consume responsibly. Not recommended for children under 18, pregnant or nursing women, or people sensitive to caffeine. All right, we are now back from break and making his way to the ring.
Hold on, brother. I'm taking control of this one.
Please do.
Making his way to the ring very well could be the third man. I'm talking about the one, the only, the Hammer, Greg Valentine.
Could you imagine a world where Greg the Hammer
Valentine was the third man? Dude, I was fantasy booking in my head like, oh my God, this is such good shit.
Dude, what was the ICP show where he was the bellhop? You know what was that?
ICP Theater, man.
ICP Theater, that's what it was, and Greg Valentine was just the bellhop. Dude, I can't wait for us to get that much money where we could just do shit like that.
And dude, it's gonna be amazing.
Dude, that's what I'm
imagine Harker Dirge as our bellhop.
I have too much respect for Harker to do that, but I'm talking just like an old grizzled brother from the 80s. Bring them in to do it. Greg Valentine versus Macho Man Randy Savage on this episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. I'm gonna just read my notes how they're written, because for some reason my notes did not want me to put Macho. They wanted me to put. So here's the note that I wrote. The guitar remix of Nacho's theme is fucking awesome. But this is the version of Macho's theme that I think about. The wow, 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 Pomp and Circumstance guitar remix.
Yes.
I may or may not have pitched that when I graduated high school. And then I also pitched Black Machismo's theme, and they said no.
Well, go figure.
I think is bullshit.
Just hear me out right now, though.
Before you do, can I just make this one comment?
Go ahead.
No knee pad Greg Valentine goes fucking hard. Continue.
Yes. Macho Man's gear scheme for the night.
Oh,
I think Oliver Kane needs to rip that off for his next set of gear.
I could see it. I could see that.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. So the match starts going. Greg the Hammer Valentine gets the upper hand with a knee lift, comes off the top with an axe handle. Machi gets back on top. They spill to the outs, and he gets cut off getting back in the ring. Valentine throws him back outside and works him over with a security guardrail. We are getting old school fucking wrestling. These two are doing nothing, and it is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Simple fucking knee lift, followed up by a double axe off the top.
Crowd's going crazy, man.
Fuck on. Easy. And what's crazy is that this was 96. That style was still considered old school.
Larry Sabisco drops the Dickie Wabash ass call of the night here for me.
Oh, I didn't get a Dickie Wabash ass call of the night, but go ahead.
Whether you're wrestling with the science or wrestling with the assault and violence.
I'm not that poetic, though, brother.
Dude, you got your moments.
I do have my moments. Like I said, I put in my notes, this is just a simple, no frills match. And sometimes we need that, you know, it's really solid. Mid-match, we start getting the countdown for hour number 2 of Nitro.
Okay, I got to address this now since we're almost 45 seconds into hour number 2 of Nitro.
Yeah.
They treated the whole first hour of the show like it was nothing by plugging hour 2, and I hated that.
That's what they would do. They would always plug. They kept calling it the most viewed hour of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Which was true. So we're literally seconds away into this countdown. Mach gets back on top, goes up, comes off with the elbow drop. 1, 2, 3. As soon as the 3 hits, we're in hour number 2. Pyro starts going off. And
Nitro theme goes off, not Savage's theme.
Yeah. And then it hit me. I've seen this episode of Nitro before. Obviously, I probably watched it when it was on live.
Yeah.
But I've seen it recently.
Really?
Remember when we had our discussion about 96 WCW when Logan was on?
Oh, yeah?
That's what prompted it, was I watched this episode.
Oh.
I had like a streak where I watched this episode. I think I watched Bash at the Beach, or at least part of it. And then I watched the Nitro after.
Oh.
And that's what prompted the discussion. And then if you remember, we turned on one of the episodes right before we recorded that day.
We did.
Because do you remember, I texted you and I was like, why does the opening of this show why is it so familiar to me? Which was the big schmoz finish of the big tag match.
Yeah.
But that's why I remember seeing it, because I remember this episode. Fuck, man. I don't remember every detail, but so we're now back from break. Eric Bischoff and Bobby Heenan are now on commentary. This is Bischoff's return since he got powerbombed off the stage at Great American Bash. Bischoff just goes off on this huge monologue about how no one is scared of Hall and Nash, and they are going to get what they deserve at Bash at the Beach.
No one is scared of them, but all throughout the damn show, they plugging the mobs of security they had to get to protect everyone from Hall and Nash.
Now, you listen to me, Hall and Nash. We're not afraid of you. We are not afraid. We are not scared of you. And like the camera is like zooming in on him like he's doing, like I said, it's a fucking monologue. And the whole time I was thinking that same thing of like, well, then why do you have all of the security? Which makes this next part even more hilarious. As Heenan and Bischoff start talking, they start talking about the upcoming hour. We're going to be getting John Tenta versus the Giant. We got that big match with the Four Horsemen. Got a couple other matches. The crowd starts going fucking ballistic. And Bobby Heenan is like, whoa, hang on, look. Hall and Nash are in the crowd with popcorn and sodas. And security's trying to kick them out, but they have tickets. And Bischoff and Heenan are freaking the fuck out. And it's like, I thought we weren't scared, boys.
My thing is, the whole first hour, they're banned from the building. So a ticket gets you unbanned. Like, if a place gets a no trespassing order on me, I can just buy a ticket to go there and still get in.
Remember that episode of SmackDown not too long ago, it was like last year, where Solo had the paper ticket?
Yeah.
And everyone was like giving him shit because it's like, dog, no one has a paper ticket.
Yeah, we're digital now, brother.
That's what was funny about this, is that no one would have batted an eye because that was the only way to have a ticket back then.
Mm-hmm.
My big takeaway from this moment, though, is that some fan just starts eating Scott Hall's popcorn. I thought it was really funny. It's like, hey, yo, Chico, get out of my popcorn, man.
Give me some of that drink, Hall.
Hey, yo, this is my popcorn, not your popcorn, essay. Or no, did he say, he didn't say essay, he said Chico. That's
he said Chico.
Essay was Eddie Guerrero, is what he would say all the time.
Yep.
We get another hype package for Glacier, and blood runs cold. I'm so fucking hype. I'm so fucking hype. I'm telling you, Mattel, give me my blood runs cold figure 3-pack, Glacier, Wrath, and fucking Mordecai, please.
There's got to be a 4-pack, brother.
I meant
Mortis.
Mordecai was Kevin Thorne.
Yes.
The 4-pack would be James Vander,
yes,
or whatever his name was. James James Van Buren, right? Was the name he went by?
Sinister Minister.
It was Sinister Minister. Let's go. Oh my God. Speaking of the Sinister Minister, I have fallen in love with this clip from old TNA. It was the debut of Paul Bearer in TNA. Do you remember this?
No, I don't.
So I'm going to go forward, then I'm going to go back. It's like a video that's a highlight of all the times Paul Bearer was in TNA. And there's a moment where him and Sinister Minister are on screen at the same time. And it's
really?
like, that's fucking crazy, dude. Percy Pringle and fucking James Mitchell on fucking screen. Like, I never knew that happened. But what's funny about it is his debut, he's just, and I'm not trying to speak ill of the dead and speak disparaging, but it was when he was at his biggest. Like, he was fired from the WWE at this time because of his weight. So he's in this tracksuit, standing at the stage, and he's doing the Paul Bearer face. You know the face.
Yeah.
And Don West and Mike Tenay are going nuts. And Don West goes, "Is that Paul Bearer?" And then Mike Tenay goes, "Formerly known as Paul Bearer. What's he doing here?" He has to hurry up and get out the formerly known as Paul Bearer. What's he doing here? Oh, it's fucking funny, dude. It was so fucking funny.
Is it as funny as Don West selling Beanie Babies, though?
No, nothing is as funny as Don West selling Beanie Babies. Back from break, it is now time for half a head shaved John Tenta versus the Giant for the Bent Top World Championship. That's the world champion, the bent top. You know what I'm fucking talking about. That little lip at the top that's bent. I don't recognize any other version of the world title.
Damn you, Scotty Steiner, for selling it.
Boy, this match sure is something.
Dude, if I was Earthquake at this point in my career,
John Tenta,
I would leave WCW, no longer compete as a Shark. I would go back to the WWF and hide under a gold mask and join a freak show.
Everybody come see the greatest show.
Well, you wanted me to continue? Sorry, I had a nut in my mouth.
Yeah, well, now hold on, dude.
Hold on, dude. Honey roasted, brother.
I had nut in my mouth. Oh my God. Oh, woof. Try to get back on track here. What's funny about this nut in my mouth. What's funny about this is Tenta and Giant both come to the ring to the Dungeon of Doom theme, which is just that
the old fat guy laugh.
That's literally all the theme is. If you don't believe me, look it up.
But fucking Earthquake at this point left the Dungeon of Doom.
That's what was weird about it, is that he still came out to the theme. This match was okay. Hall and Nash on hard cam is what was really funny to me, because you can just see giant Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall's no small guy either. He's the medium-sized mang. You just see them on hard cam, and it's fucking hysterical to me.
One of my favorite calls of the whole show was during this match as well. Bischoff claimingly goes, "Look at the outsiders. They don't seem overly impressed." And I only thought to myself was, no one's overly impressed with this match.
It's John Tenta versus the Giant. Like, no knock on those guys. Like, my biggest takeaway from this is like seeing young Big Show. Like, he could move, man. He could fucking move. He's like 22 here or something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't he incredibly young?
Yep.
Fuck, dude. Match starts off with a headbutt from Giant, but Tenta no-sells it. Then they just start throwing ham hocks at each other. Tenta fires up on Giant, but then he comes out of the corner with a line and cuts him off. Hell of a fucking line that it was. Later on in the match, Tenta tries to come back on Giant, but Giant cuts him off with various strikes. The Giant relied a lot on that big corner choke with the stretching the leg out, you know what I mean, to show off his size. We've seen that a lot.
At this point, he only had, what, a fucking 3 months of training before they put him on TV?
Yeah, that's not an exaggeration. Like, his debut match was against Hogan, and he won the fucking world title.
You can tell that Tenta carried this match, and Tenta did the best he could do with it.
Yeah. I'm going to make a bold claim. The first part of this claim is not bold. The second part is, if you tried putting on a match like this today, it would fall flat. But this is actually a really good big man match.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it needs to be. This is a fucking big man match. This is how you book big men. You talk about these hoss fights. Like, this isn't even necessarily a hoss fight. This is just two guys using their size, and that's just what it is. It's just so fucking good. Yeah, so at another point, Giant charges at Tenta in the corner. Tenta goes for his shin. I think I meant to put shine. But can't get him down. Oh no, shin. Yeah, like he tried to like chop block him. I think. Yeah, he tried to chop block him. I was like, his shine. When did he hit his shine? Tenta goes for a shin, but can't get him down. And then finally gets him down. Like, he hits him with the kick to the shin. He doesn't go down. Hits him with something else. Doesn't go down. Tenta then hits a drop kick, a low drop kick, I believe it was. And then that's what makes him go down. Here comes Kevin Sullivan down for the distraction. Tenta's like, what the fuck? And then Giant hits the Goozle for the finish. Here comes the Dungeon of Doom to the ring, and Big Bubba shaves off half of Tenta's beard. Ultimate sign of disrespect, brother. Ultimate sign.
Matching side though, so that was a plus.
At least he had the decency to do that. On the stage, Mean Gene is with the Dungeon now, and Jimmy Hart says that at Bash at the Beach, what just happened is an example of what's going to happen to Arn Anderson and Chris Benoit, because apparently it's going to be Taskmaster and Giant versus Benoit and Anderson, and then if Arn and Benoit win, they get a shot at the world title from Big Show. So I'm guessing the Dungeon of Doom and the Horsemen are feuding now, is the whole thing?
They've always been feuding, I guess.
Yeah, they've always just kind of...
I didn't never understand. I had one note for this whole segment.
If it's the same note that I have, please, I fucking hope so.
I can go my whole life without listening to another Dungeon of Doom promo.
So could Kevin Sullivan, apparently, because he was just so distracted. So I'm going to get to that in just a second. Mean Gene talks to Big Bubba, and he hypes up the silver dollar match at the pay-per-view. Fucking A. Sign me up. John Tenta versus Big Bubba in a silver dollar match. Let's go.
I busted you in the face with some nickels, boy.
That's like an old school brother thing, man. Like, if you wanted to fuck someone up, you'd put like a roll of fucking quarters in your hand and punch them.
I just love how they...
That's what fucked up Jacques Rougeau.
Man.
Or not Jacques Rougeau, but the British Bulldog. Do what now? I'm sorry.
They fucking went from nickels to silver dollars.
Yeah.
They're like quarters.
So
go home for the bash, baby.
Mean Gene tries to talk to Kevin Sullivan about the tag match at the pay-per-view, but Giant steals the mic and starts talking mad shit about Tenta, just fucking burying him. He then starts talking to the Horseman, and he goes, "The problem is, Taskmaster, I told you never trust a horse." What?
Yeah.
What's that mean? Kevin Sullivan is so fucking checked out during this promo. He keeps like he's trying to see something in the distance, and he's just watching the ring like, okay. So then Sullivan starts talking, and he either has just...
VIP segment, brother.
What's that?
He's looking for Benoit and Woman to come back to that VIP spot.
Oh, I don't believe in that conspiracy. I don't believe in it, and I refuse to acknowledge it. So Kevin Sullivan is either just forgetting his lines, or he just doesn't give a fuck about this promo. He keeps looking at the ring and just couldn't be fucked. He starts talking, and then he kind of drifts off, and then he stops, and then he just walks away. He's just done. So I guess that segment is over. Back from break, we get a really cool Slim Jim commercial. Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
96, man. We then get a preview, a highlight package of Rey Mysterio Jr. to hype up.
Time out, dude.
Hmm.
All night, we're going to take a special look at Rey Mysterio Jr.'s career.
Yep.
All fucking night. Finally happens. What is it? Highlights from one fucking match with Dean Malenko.
Yeah. And so they're hyping up his match with Psychosis at the pay-per-view, which, yeah, chalk me up. I want to watch that. But this is the thing, dude, cruiserweights, get ready for Dickie Wabash to make a hot take that is a lukewarm take, because I am breaking none ground with what I'm about to say here. The cruiserweights really set the bar for what wrestling is today.
Yep.
And they were so ahead of their time.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, the preview cuts out. Hall and Nash are on their way to the commentary booth. Luger, Sting, and Macho Man all come out, and a few other roster members actually come out. And there's like this huge pull apart. There's security. It's a mix of heels and baby faces.
I had a question about this part, though.
Well, yes, ask your question, and then because I have a really big thought about this. That is,
where the hell did they find a live microphone in the audience? Like they got back in with their tickets. Like, look under your chair. You might be on Nitro.
Yo, Chico, you see, you want a war? You gotta give me a microphone when I enter the buildings, man. It comes with it's the VIP ticket experience. Here's the thing about this segment, though, that I thought was really cool, is that sometimes subtle is the best way to do things. Baby faces are out here. Heels are out here. If this was 2000 WCW, Mark Madden would have just been like, hey, look, baby faces and heels are out here. That's
what's going on.
I am about to present a thesis.
Oh, shit.
To everyone listening. This segment, compared to 2000 WCW, is the best example of why 2000 WCW didn't work, because they were both essentially doing the same thing. They were both blurring the line in their own way. That's the ticket there. If this was 2000 WCW, it would have been so ham-handed and in our faces about what was going on. But it's like, no, they just laid it out there. It was simple. Here's baby faces, here's heels. And that's for the audience to then look at and be like, hang on.
Going on here? Isn't
Diamond Dallas Page like not a good, like, what is happening here? Like, they're really here to defend WCW. So it's just, yeah, like, subtlety is the key. Subtlety is the key.
But also at the same time, and during the segment, you got to understand, like, they paid Sting and Lex Luger to come there, get in gear and paint up, and not even use them other than the segment.
And ultimately, that's probably the downfall of WCW. Back from break, Mean Gene is backstage with Hacksaw, and Hacksaw is going to tell us a little story.
Hold on. Forgot a keynote. Just read it. Oh my God. You know who wasn't out there on that stage for that pull apart?
Hulk Hogan.
Greg the Hammer, brother.
Oh, he's the third man.
He's the third man. It's got to be.
Give me a world where Greg the Hammer Valentine was the third man.
Dude, we gotta make this fantasy come alive. Like, we need to call up like Doctor Strange. I just want to live in this universe for like an hour to see what's happening
across the Dickie-verse.
Yes.
Go back and listen to episode
something
11. I think it was like 11. I don't know why I remember that. It was an early episode. Yeah, he's backstage with Hacksaw, and Hacksaw says, "Oh, Hacksaw went to the toilet." I love it when people call the bathroom the toilet.
I had to relieve myself.
I don't know why I call it. He's like, I had to relieve myself at the toilet, and I looked down on the ground, and lo and behold, look what I found. And it's the ring, and he's got it on his finger. And says he didn't steal it. DDP just left it. He lost it, is where it was. DDP storms in and he just starts yelling incoherently. They're yelling. Hacksaw's taping his fist up and just cold cocks fucking DDP and knocks him down. What a terrible payoff for this story that we've been seeing all show.
Who's the kill in this segment?
I don't know. I hate it because DDP was like, it makes DDP look stupid because no one stole it. You just dropped the goddamn thing, brother.
Wiping your ass, dude. Come on.
Oh my God.
And then I saw the cheap shot. It's like, goes your face. So it's like, faces don't do that shit.
Tough guy. It is now time for our main event. As our friend Jeremy Hamilton would say, are you prepared for the pandemonium? And pandemonium this match was. It's the Rock and Roll Express versus Renegade and Joe Gomez, or sorry, with Renegade and Joe Gomez versus the Four Horsemen, Flair, Arn, Mongo, and Benoit. This is we've said it. This is my Flair. This is the Flair that I think of. And this is my Horseman.
Mm-hmm.
This Flair with that haircut, like you can look back on the 80s where he had the longer hair and like, no, this kind of bowl cut Ric Flair. That's my
caulking, brother.
Dude, I'm telling you. Match starts off with Arn and Ricky Morton. Things devolve pretty quickly and everyone storms into the ring. The Horsemen take a powder. Things start to kind of get back to order. Flair tags in, and now we're about to see some fucking territory working, brother. He gets Morton in the corner, peppers him with a chop, just a little exchange. Flair takes the back body, the Flair back body. You all know what I mean.
And greatest hits.
This was Flair just doing his greatest hits, yeah. And that's what I put in my notes later. I said, this is just a good TV match.
Yep.
This is just baby faces versus heels.
I knew it was going to be a 5-star classic as soon as I saw Joe Gomez's name on the card.
I'm telling you, man, this is like, I'm not capping. This is a good match.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah, Morton hits that back body. Then he hits Flair with a head scissors. Morton and Gibson then hit Flair with a double drop kick. Break the pin up. The Horsemen are just doing incredible heel work, man. They are just doing solid fucking heel work. Renegade gets tagged in and the Horsemen run small heat on him. He then fires up on Flair. Gomez tags in and works over Flair. Flair gets the upper hand and then Benoit tags in and runs some heat on Gomez. But it is now time, Madrox, for the in-ring debut of Mongo.
Dude.
And everyone is losing their fucking mind.
Pop he got.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Mongo comes in, dude. Hits these horrible clubs to the back. Horrible placement. Going straight for this guy's kidneys. Gets him down, does a couple like head bashes off the apron, picks him up, another club, tag out.
That's all. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Perfect.
All you need. Brother, I think Benoit is shoot mad at Gomez because he beat the fuck out of him.
This is my prime Benoit, where every match he had looked like he was shoot mad at somebody and beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. Flair took no less than 3 back body drops in this match, by the way. I did make note of that. At one point, Renegade gets up on Flair. The ref is distracted, and Renegade goes up top. And Mongo, this is the best part of the fucking match. Mongo tries to hit him with Deborah's briefcase. It slips out of his hand. It doesn't even hit Renegade. It goes flying across the ring. Renegade takes the big flip bump off the top. And then Flair just locks in a figure 4 and they go home.
Yep. That's what you got to do after that spot, man.
All you got to do. Mongo fucked up a wet dream, as my grandma would say. Mean Gene is back on the ramp with the Horsemen. Mongo says that he doesn't care about Ditka. I don't care about the Bears. This is my team now. The rest of them basically they talk and they just basically hype up the match on the pay-per-view. At one point, Mean Gene asks Woman a question. She just goes, "What?" And then he has to repeat himself. But that's not all. We're back from break, and Heenan and Bischoff are talking up the show and hyping up Bash at the Beach. The show ends with Nash and Hall getting kicked out of the building by security. The funniest part of this is they are in the smallest convertible I've ever seen, and Kevin Nash looks like, as my mom used to say, an elephant riding a pissant, is what my mom used to say.
It failed to mention during the Ric Flair post-match interview, man.
Oh, how Flair kind of went full Nate?
No. The through line of that whole thing was who got Benoit cranked up.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. I do like that, yeah. But so that's it. That's the end of this episode. Give me your thoughts, Madrox, of course. Give your thoughts. Rank it on the MadBash scale of 5. Give me your match of the night and your -7 of the night.
This was really enjoyable in all the wrong ways. Like, if you would have told me at 35 years old I'd be sitting on my couch marking out for Greg the Hammer Valentine versus Macho Man in WCW, I would have called you a liar. But here we are. Match of the night, even though it had the hiccup at the end, it's got to be the 8-man tag. Just because Benoit's fucking the shit out of Joe Gomez, and I still don't know who the fuck Joe Gomez is. Ranking wise, I had to give it a low ranking, man. It let me down. Not because of like match quality or anything, but because I had to listen to a Dungeon of Doom promo that made absolutely no fucking sense, and they kept giving Deborah the mic. So on the MadBash scale of 5, I had to go a 1.2, man.
Brother, I don't think you and I have ever been so far apart on wavelengths.
Probably not.
I think that you're just trying to be a contrarian here and you're trying to play the guy that shits on things. Brother, this was a fucking good episode of Nitro. This was a solid fucking a night of TV wrestling. My match of the night, it's a tie, actually. I got to give it that 8-man tag was just good. Simply put, it was good. But the other match of the night, I got to give it to Riggs versus DDP. It was so good. Like, this era of DDP countering everything into a diamond cutter. So good. So good.
Shit while working in the ring.
And just talking that shit, man. And like, you know, DDP was our age at this time because he got into the business pretty late. So it's just weird to see, like, man, you know, like DDP was at his prime when he started. Like, he didn't need to build up to his prime. He was already at his prime. I think that it was fucking good. I mean, yeah, the promos were not good, but I mean, that's just schlocky 90s wrestling. Dungeon of Doom, I mean, that was just a weird one. I think what a lot of that has to do with is that Kevin Sullivan was probably, I would like to see the timeline here. I would like to know when Kevin Sullivan fully lost the book, because maybe Sullivan was just like on autopilot because he's not booking anymore, and like Bischoff is coming in, which he had been in for a bit, but he's starting to see the tonal shift of where things are going. We're not going to keep seeing cartoony Dungeon of Doom stuff. We're in, you know, really the last bastion of the cartoony WCW was whenever they did the Cage of Doom or whatever it was called, where it was Hogan and Macho versus the Horsemen, the Dungeon of Doom, all those guys. That said, though, I mean, this wasn't a 5-star by any stretch of the imagination. I'm giving it a 3, right? You know, not right in the middle, a little bit over the middle, because a 2.5 would be the middle. I enjoyed it, though, man. My -7 of the night, though, I got to give it to Disco and Kurosawa. Just not, it could have been so much more.
That's not even my -7 of the night, man. Like
Is it the
it was the Dungeon of Doom promo tied with the first Hacksaw promo.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. But yeah, man, this show, I think, did a really good job. It did what it was supposed to do.
Exactly. I never thought I'd be like, let's watch 96 Bash at the Beach again. Like, I don't remember any of the matches on the card other than the NWO match. So I'm really excited to, like, once ever we go back through it, to see what happens.
Well, we've got Conan versus Ric Flair.
Yep.
We've got, which is probably a banger. We've got DDP versus Hacksaw, which is probably not bad. Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis. Giant and Kevin Sullivan versus Arn and Benoit. Tinta versus Big Bubba. Well, they can't all be winners. I think that, and then there's like a couple others, but like this episode, again, it's the go home and it's meant to build up the hype for Bash at the Beach. It's still doing its job 30 years later.
Yeah.
Because it hyped us for Bash at the Beach, man. So fuck yeah, I'm excited. We'll get around to that at some point. If people want to do homework, go ahead and watch 96 Bash at the Beach. We'll be getting to it probably the next couple of weeks or so. It should be coming up. So yeah, man, that's going to do it for this edition of the Spot Show podcast. Thank you for sticking around with us as we watch some old wrestling. Hope you enjoy it. I really hope you enjoy it. Yeah, of course, if you want to support us, patreon.com/MadBash Studios. The big plug ski, MadBashStudios.com. You can find me on Instagram at DWob's Card Shop. You can find this man right here, Michael Madrox. You can find him at the word 1 and then the number 900-909-9900 on Instagram as well. Yeah, this was a fun one. For those of you on the Patreon, we are going to be rolling into Paid Show. Not sure what we're going to be talking about yet, and those are usually the fun paid shows where we just kind of shoot the shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, those are always the really fun paid shows. I look forward to them. So if you're on the Patreon, we'll see you there. But if you are not on the Patreon, we will see you down the road on some form of content.